My husband's new girlfriend showed up at my door grinning. "We are moving into this house, pack your bags," she gloated. I grinned even more as my lawyer was standing behind her. The knock came just as I was pouring my morning coffee, sharp, insistent, the kind of knock that demanded attention, not patience. I wasn't expecting company, not today, not after the week I'd had. Setting my mug down, I wiped my hands on my robe and made my way to the door, exhaling slowly. I wasn't prepared for what I saw when I opened it. There she stood, Ashley, my husband's new girlfriend, the one he had left me for, the one he had flaunted in public, while I had been left to pick up the shattered pieces of my life. She was grinning. I barely had time to process the sight of her before she spoke, her voice dripping with smug satisfaction. "You need to start packing, Sarah, we're moving in." She tilted her head, eyes gleaming with triumph as she held up a folded piece of paper, a deed, a contract. "I couldn't tell. Mark didn't tell you," she smirked. "This house is his now, so I'd start boxing up your things if I were you. We're taking over." A slow creeping chill spread through my chest, but instead of anger or panic, I felt something else, something colder, something calmer. I let my lips curl into a smile because I wasn't alone. Behind her, standing just out of her line of sight, was my lawyer, and I knew something she didn't. It had started months ago, or maybe if I was honest, years. Mark and I had been married for 12 years, and for most of that time, I had been the wife who held things together, the one who organized the finances, the one who made sure the mortgage was paid, the one who put in the effort. When Mark started pulling away, I had ignored the signs at first, the late nights at work, the way his phone suddenly never left his hand, the whispered calls in the other room. But then I saw them together. It was supposed to be a girls' night out, a break from the stress of a marriage I was desperately trying to hold on to, but fate had other plans. There they were in the corner of the restaurant, his hand resting on hers, laughing like I had never seen him laugh in years, and in that moment, something inside me snapped. I didn't confront him, not then. Instead, I went home and started planning because if Mark thought he could humiliate me, if he thought he could take what was mine and walk away unscathed, he was wrong. Ashley's smile grew wider as she mistook my silence for shock. "I know this is hard for you, Sarah," she said, feigning sympathy as she tucked the papers under her arm, "but Mark and I are in love. It's time for you to move on." She placed a manicured hand on the doorframe as if she already owned it, as if she had already won. I almost laughed, but instead took a slow step back and gestured for her to come inside. Her eyebrows lifted in surprise. She wasn't expecting that. She stepped in cautiously, her heels clicking against the hardwood floors I had chosen, the house I had built, the walls that held years of my life. Memories, struggles, victories. Behind her, my lawyer followed, silent and composed. I closed the door, then I turned to face her. "Ashley," I said smoothly, taking my time, "there's something you should know." Her smirk faltered. My lawyer stepped forward, finally making his presence known, and then the real game began. Ashley's smirk faded as my lawyer took a step forward, his presence finally sinking in. The confidence she had waltzed in with, the arrogance of someone who thought she had already won, was starting to crack. What is this?" she asked, her voice not quite as steady now. I let out a breath, slow and measured, before speaking. "You seem so sure of yourself, Ashley," I said, tilting my head, watching her. "Like you think you already own this house, like you think you and Mark have outsmarted me." Her fingers